I came to the conclusion that I've seen what I need to see. It's time to take massive action. So I decided in Arizona last week that that was my last trip for the foreseeable future.
Matt, do you want to, is there anything you needed to cover?
Just wanted to find out some content stuff, talk about last week's visit, my visit to Arizona. So did you guys, everybody have a chance to watch that video from, it was posted this weekend, so some of you might not have. It was eye-opening last week to be in Arizona because, you know, for example, I was talking to a couple of the owners. I think it was even the owner of Pita Jungle. And we were talking, every server I'd asked the same question. And Tom's worked in restaurants before. Tom, what do you, as a server, when you walk up to a table and you ask them if they're ready for dessert, what do you think, what is the answer a lot of times, why they don't want it? They're full. My favorite of our 5 tips is the warrant, the She's My Cherry Pie. You walk up to a table, who's ready for dessert? Not, was your food good? Who's ready for dessert? Because I actually watched at BKD's, you could see the server go, hey, join the program, scan this, and walk away. The person didn't do anything. I'm watching MiniChat, nobody joined. I told the server, do me a favor, walk them through it. Show them how to do it. Have their phone out. You know, the video where the 2 ladies got in the money bag, like they were clueless on how to even use a phone. And I said, get your phone, let's go through it. And I sat there and talked to them. And they went through it, got their offers. They didn't even know they were currently members. And so it was cool to see that, and it's engaging. Nobody is having those conversations. And so that was cool for me being out there. I also was cool to see that I'm not the person or the personality that should be doing it. The people that should be doing it are people that used to work in restaurants or currently do. Like a guy at Booties, he's already applied. Him and I have been texting. And he's like, dude, I love the travel. I love talking to customers. I love helping other people. I'm like, dude, would you imagine going around every week to a different restaurant for 2 days? All expenses paid to be there, walk into a restaurant, teach them this stuff. And so it was cool to see because that element is what's missing in our program. But oh, by the way, and you guys saw my schedule, I'm done traveling. You're stuck with me. Yesterday, literally 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., all I did was work on very specific stuff. And I'm gonna do that every day. Cool? That's all I got.
Thank you.
See you, kids. We'll be back. I'm going to babysit these 2. Mr. Eichhoff? There you go.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you at our next destination.
No airport this week.
No airport this week. We are done with the airport after, I want to say, a good 4 years of pretty hardcore travel. The past 24 months, on average, every other week, I came to the conclusion that I've seen what I need to see. We've been to 1,000+ restaurants. It's time to take massive action. So I decided in Arizona last week that that was my last trip outside of family vacations and 2 3-day employee retreats we have planned for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna let my team do the traveling, let them see what I saw, but I'm gonna focus on staying at the HQ and putting in place the tactics that I know are needed. I wanna take it to a new level. I made a game plan. This is about 4 months ago. I said, okay, we've got this plan. By 2023, America's Best Restaurants will own or be partners in a restaurant with a client. I wanna operate the marketing side of it. So my vision is to be able to put my money where my mouth is. So when I was looking at this back, I think it was December of this last year, kind of writing out the game plan, what kind of restaurant it would be, the location, because I wanted to be near our office. But I came up with these 12 tactics, and I got another 20 more on my desk, but these 12 are the 12 items that I would put in place tomorrow if I opened a restaurant. But I also am smart enough to realize that 99.9% of our clients and potential clients aren't of the marketing nature like us, so they couldn't put all 12 in place. Money follows attention. And that's the biggest problem that I've seen the last 4 years of traveling. Restaurants do not get enough attention, and they rely on paid advertising as their main source of attention. If you rely on paid advertising, Max, what do you have to keep doing every month to get that attention again? You gotta keep paying them.
Exactly.
But if you put in place tactics like we're talking about, these are things that help you attract, build, retain. Attract attention, build a following, retain attention. Retention is the key to marketing. And that's what a lot of these 12 tactics and the other 20 after that will build off of. So I'm stoked because my new schedule has me 20 hours a week, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., getting deep into that building aspect. It has me working with my team late mornings for 20 hours a week. And then it has me dealing with clients on teaching, coaching, and helping new clients understand this process after 2 o'clock every day. So I'm here, you're stuck with me, the team's stuck with me. The airlines are gonna be happy because no more Matt Plapp on the planes. No more getting yelled at for having my mask half on. But be home a little more, a lot more, and let the team get out and see. But more than anything, it's time to put in place what I know. I was reading a book the other day, a guy named Alex Hormozi talked about at some point, you've got to stop listening to other things. And if you already know the answers, if you already know the plan, and if you know how to do it, it comes out of taking action. So, outside of a few trips here locally, like we're going to Rising Star, Matt Plapp's locked in the 9,000 square feet we have at Deep Work Studios in Northern Kentucky. This is to have this so you guys can, or like I've got some good stuff here for the behind the scenes for the podcast, but then looking on the podcast sheet and having, listing it out. Okay, we've got 52 weeks, we've got 4 topics.
What day of the week would these podcasts be?
So what we'd ideally do is find a day a month. We have the studio blocked off, we have some food and drinks there, and that way we could say, first 25 minutes is this. So 2 to 2:30, we're doing the podcast with the dealer. Dealer shows up, they do the podcast, 10-minute break, employee comes in, employee podcast, next one comes in that way in 2 hours. We've done 4 podcasts in 2 hours before. You go 2 hours like Joe Rogan, you better have a very, very, very loyal crowd. People will watch 15 to 25 minutes. And so ideally we would pick a day and say, hey, this is the day also, because if for some reason that day gets messed up or whatever, or let's say 2 of the people can't do it, somebody happens to get sick or something happens, now you still have enough episodes that you can be in the hole. You're not always like scrambling. So yeah, this we would pick a day and a time. So that's for you guys. I need to find out a day and a time that we can pick and say what day, what time, and then we'll literally just block that off and have it. And we have a system to where anytime once we get the list of the people, of the 52 people who we're thinking, then we'll obviously break them down, have whoever in the casino talk to them, figure it out.
That's what everybody got used to, right? I mean, you don't even put hair appointments in the calendar anymore because you get text before.
Yep. Well, my car detail, we got a guy who's supposed to detail the van yet. It's parked out front yesterday, but it rained, and I'm getting same thing. Hey, your appointment's tomorrow. Hey, your appointment's in an hour. And then he calls me, hey, it's raining too hard. I'm like, okay. But yeah, we'll have that put in that way. We'll always be working a couple months ahead of time so we know who's coming up. But yeah, we would pick that, and then we would, knowing who's coming up, hey, we're going to be out here these 2 days or whatever days and times to try and piggyback as much. It's like if you've got a VIP one night, putting some stuff before that. It's like the VIP nights, 6 or 7 o'clock, I would presume. Okay, let's
do it in the afternoon.
Okay, afternoon. It's like 3 or 4. Okay, so yeah, so we'd come out at 11 a.m. and be here to do some other stuff. And then hit, basically, hey, okay, we're gonna hit the dealer stuff here. We're gonna hit some stuff over here with the cat building, the cool July 4th display. We're gonna talk about this, go the course with JP, talk about this, go over here to the VIP, get some different things, and then, go from there. So a big thing would be figuring out on your guys' team, like, okay, who's gonna help with aligning like the dealers, the different people. So I'm sure there's different people here that deal with the dealers, the entertainment, the employees. And so we can come up with that list, because you're gonna have some employees, I'm sure, that have no interest in being on camera. So hey, there's 60 or so people that have been here 20 plus years. Hey everybody, we're doing this. We've got 12 weeks dedicated to employees. Let's let us know who's involved, who's interested. Is there groups that you guys could be in? Like, us 3 started together. So that'd be a cool one. Because I'm sure there are those cliques and people that started at the same time. Do you guys do anything to celebrate every? Okay.
So we have, we starting this year. We bring back the Employee of the Month, and then at every Employee of the Month, we're going to give out the 5-year anniversary.
Oh, cool.
2025.
Let's keep it current. I was at the Arby's. This is a long time ago. The Arby's used to be on UC's campus. We were up there for a UC game, and of course I can't not say something. There's a plaque that's like Employee of the Month, and there hadn't been one for like a year. So I jokingly said to the guy, his manager, I said, "So you guys are pretty shitty staff here?" "What? Why you say that?" I'm like, "Nobody's been Employee of the Month for a year." I was like 21. I'll never forget, because he looked at me and he goes, "Wow, I forgot that plaque was there. I guess we ought to update that." Yeah, so the big thing to think about is, I think we've got some good stuff. I'm going to go back, plug this in, get you some thoughts. I want to see everything like we talked about today. But then everybody put their heads together and come up with some ideas for a podcast name. But that's probably the hardest part of it, is coming up with something. I think tying it in with the boat would be really cool, because that's a unique identifier. So two things there. The part that I hate the most about where we've grown as a company is the fact that I've done less of calls like this in the past 6 months, whereas 5-6 years ago, I knew everybody. I mean, we've got clients now I don't even know, and I hate that. So one thing I'm getting back to, and that's one of the reasons I'm not traveling, and one of the reasons that my team's traveling and they're doing that, is that this allows me to be much more involved, because now people are on a more systematized, like, hey, this is where we're at. Once this gets completely rocking come May, there'll be a webinar, there'll be a live session every day where me, Ashley, Tom, Scott, people can log in and know Monday is video, Tuesday is engagement, Wednesday is this, so that we can be on there and have a personal touch and look at that. But on the other question of results, yeah, Tanya and Lisa log every post we make for clients. And the new system is going to allow for more volume by the clients, so that we can look in there and figure out, why does Valentine's Day not work good with these restaurants but kills it here? Why does the Super Bowl do better and the candy here? I had one client the other day, he's like, "Dude, I'm doing Skittles every month." He's like, every time I do Skittles, and we had looked at it, it's like 700 comments on one of them. But then he does something, does M&Ms, and for whatever reason, nothing. It's like, I don't know. It's got to be it's got to be some anomaly. And so I'm trying to figure out that. I want to have it really close to our offices in my house so that it can be here. But I mean, that's my dream, is to put everything in place that practice what you preach. I mean, shit, if you can put it in place, it's the ultimate proof. And then at the same time, it's the ultimate way to fail, is like, oh, this didn't work. Hey, clients, don't do this. This part didn't work.
That's kind of a concept that we heard.
Yeah, and I'm like, to me, I've been really hammering home to our team. We just hired 2 new people that have come in under this part of it, Sierra and Logan. And it's like, there's one word you don't know, and it's no. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm always available. We're always available. I'm not going anywhere anymore. I'm here. I'm going to be in this damn office. I have my schedule. I'm up at 4 a.m. working, and I leave at 5. That's my schedule. And it's so that 4 to 8, I work on our business structure. 8 to 12, I work with our team, and 1 to 5 is to work with clients, period.